Hello there, and this means war. As we discussed last time we were here, what we're really going to need to do in the future is expand into this marvellous looking eastward facing iron patch with a little bit of copper next to it. And in order to get there, we're going to have to deal with this pretty sizable alien infestation that is going on out in the Far East. Now, some people prefer to roll in there with flamethrowers and tanks and bombs and guns and just themselves in an armoured car, but for my money, that's not the way to go. I prefer something that is a little bit more engineered and a little bit more controlled. Let's see how that turns out. So last time you were here, we were looking at power again, as is so often the case, and we've expanded our solar field just a little in order to make sure that we can do what we got to do. As you can see from our network info, we're actually doing pretty damn well, and that should be plenty enough to support what we're going to be using, which is laser turrets galore. Now, as we look down towards our copper mine area, this is the power grid that leads down in that direction. We've taken a spur off. I've taken the opportunity to start on today's project without waiting for you guys, so you could avoid the laborious activity of me taking down trees. And what we have here is our forward operating base, our FOB. It's only got 2 laser turrets in there, but as we zoom out, you see Alien Central. Now, the question we have here is how close can we get to these guys before they start coming at us gangbusters? Well, this is what we're going to find out. And we're going to very slowly ease forward, expanding the range of our base. This is not a quick way to do things, but what it is it's effective, and by and large it's safe. So we're going to expand our base forward in a straight line, building more turrets and more power every step of the way. The aim here is to ensure that I don't have to run away like my backside's on fire while being pursued by Mr. Bitey and his 100 closest family members. Because Mr. Bitey does not take too kindly to the beautiful terraforming work I have been doing on this world, and as such is likely to be a little bit upset. Here they come. Eat turret! This is not going well. Okay, well that was not flawless by any stretch of the imagination, and somehow I seem to have trapped myself in my base. Okay, good. Right, well, successful first test. Mr. Bitey is going to be coming aplenty. We'll up our turret count. Meanwhile, here they come again. In your face, Bitey! We want to get far enough forward. Okay, they're not going to take this lying down. We're going to have to expand from within our walls. Big biter! Big biter! Whew, right, okay, let's brick ourselves in, and we'll do it this way. So you can expand your walls a relatively decent distance out. And look, that's another safe bit. Now, I'm not too bothered if my walls get particularly damaged, because, frankly, they're expendable on this mission. Our task is simply to wipe out El Bitey and the El Bitey city, which is exactly what we're going to do. So, we'll plonk down a couple more of these laser chaps, and the laser chaps can deal with anything that comes in. And then we push forward again. Now, this is not necessarily the build method for the action heroes amongst you, but might I suggest that you go find something to do that is a little bit more action hero oriented, rather than this, which is a little bit more methodical and purposeful. Now, I've had factories building me the walls for this particular endeavour for probably about 5 minutes, since I had plenty of stone in stock. And now we've got 6 up, we can take away the back 3. The sad news there being that we don't get to keep a kill count, but to be honest, I'm over it. See how quickly I got over it. So we expand forward again, And at some point, we'll get to an area where it's just going to be all-out bloodbath. Except, of course, I'm hiding behind a wall, and I've got a machine gun and a whole lot of turrets. Beautiful. I find 3 to be sufficient. We just need to hold them off long enough so that we can. Here they come. Oh yes, we appear to have significantly aggravated them now. Good. It's my world now. You people are no longer welcome. We've got colonists inbound, and they don't want the likes of you getting in the way. And we're going to have to... No, put the wall back. Good. Flawless victory. Take out this tree. Tremendous. And so with each gradual expansion forwards, their inevitable demise becomes ever closer. And then once we're finished with them, we can demolish all of this and go and take out something else. We are going to want some more firepower in here, I think. And because we're working in ranks, very much like the Victorian redcoats of Her Majesty's British Empire, we allow the front rank to move forward, and then front rank fires. Okay, is it quiet enough? Quick! Oh yeah. You've got to get up earlier in the morning than that to catch me, friend. Of course, this area is now entirely covered in alien goo. And we continue expanding forwards. This has got to be somewhat demoralizing for our friends, the aliens. I think we'll move to a four-gun front. Now faced with the inevitability that we're going to take out the alien equivalent of Swindon. Using this well-thought-out, well-constructed, methodical... Let's check our wall. Yeah, we've got plenty of walls left. No planning permission required. Just whack it up. Does it feel safe? It does not feel safe. There we go. Take out that tree. Give it some bricks. Haha! And we're going forward again. And now we can see the horrible, evil death machine that is the alien city. The alien city which might look beautiful to aliens, but as far as I'm concerned, they're a menace. And pretty soon we're actually going to be in range of those spawners. Oh yeah, look at it. Isn't it beautiful? You people got no chance. I'm just going to allow you to sit here and enjoy the relaxing sounds of alien death. 3 CDs of continuous aliens dying under laser fire. Hard day at work? Why not relax with alien death? There we go, we are now in range of the spawner. This is going to make life a whole lot easier. Death to the alien scum. Grand. Some of our turrets taking a little bit of damage, but that's okay. Not as much damage. Oh, look, it's all blown up. And that is an alien artifact, which is going to be extraordinarily helpful as we quest towards our inevitable victory. You almost feel sorry for them, really, given that they have no chance. See, even leaving a gap in the wall, they think, ha 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 ha, now victory is coming my way, but in fact, not so much. So this is a very slow way to build. As you can see, we've laid out, well, I don't know, maybe 100 blocks so far, and we haven't really moved that far. But what we have done is slaughtered an unholy amount of aliens. That said, all aliens are fairly unholy. I've not known them to ever wash their hands before eating. Oh, come on. Grand. So we're going to press forward here. The victory virtually certain by this point. Excuse me, tree. But at all times, we are nicely protected. You can be more aggressive should you see fit, but why? Why bother? This is getting the job done perfectly. Now, of course, these are defensive structures until you apply them in an offensive fashion. Mr. Bitey and chums, your time is nigh. Right, that's 3 of them down. So how are we doing? 2 more. And as you've seen, you know, we've killed quite a few of these fellas. You know, they did not give this up without a modicum of a fight. The problem was that they were fighting a superior intelligence. A superior intelligence with laser turrets. And the second you don't respect them, they kill you. If you want to run away with your backside on fire while being surrounded by aliens, by all means step outside and go lay into them with your machine gun. But that is not going to do you any favours in the long run. Right, we want to do a little southerly expansion here, I think. In fact, we can tear up a few turrets on the way. Now we're probably going to have to spend some time repairing the wall sections and a couple of the turrets that have got a little battered. Now the question is, if I go out here, they're going to go for me all the turrets. Silly boys. Who's going for me? Alright, save me! This, of course, is just in the hope of saving a little time. Nice. Now I'm safe inside my concrete bunker once again. Now, we can't keep this up in too much of a sustained fashion because we haven't really got the power for it. How are we doing here? Actually, we have got the power for it. Well, it is daytime, so we're kicking out quite a plentiful amount of solar power right now. But then, with another biter spawner about to bite the dust... Oh, in fact, I don't need to expand any further. Let's just saddle up. And with that, Alien Swindon was destroyed. Magnificent. Now, we could leave these gun emplacements up for later usage if we wanted to, but frankly, I might move them. I mean, it does form a pretty effective starting defence for this iron field, which I think is entirely below forest. Here we go. So this this iron field is going to be exploited mercilessly to drive our progress forwards towards total victory. And in case you hadn't already gathered, I think I'm going to be sat here for the next while digging up all these trees. But we're not really done on the defensive side of things yet, because we're going to need to defend from these two colonies just to the north of us. Now, they're not particularly large by any stretch of the imagination, but I would have thought that our presence will invoke some hostility from our friends the aliens. So you've heard of Hadrian's Wall? Failure's Wall. Jolly good show. Right. So rack up a few of these. That ought to cover it. We're not coming up against too many big biters just yet. Whoops. I want to make sure that these guys are all connected. And then you don't want there to be an obvious point of failure if you can avoid it. So you want to make sure that your network is going to stay connected, even if the alien menace take out a good few of your frontline bits and pieces. So while it's going to be pretty wasteful to link everything up by every conceivable route, what you do want to do is make sure that, I mean, to be honest, if they get as far as taking these guys out, I'm already hosed. So there's no sense in going above and beyond when they get to this point. But we want to link that back up to the main power grid relatively quickly. And here we go, we're going to traipse through the forest and link that back up. Let's add some lighting so that we know we've got success. And then we'll clear out the trees off this iron area. And then we'll look at trying to get some trains up and running so that we can move those resources back to our main processing area. At which point we'll probably increase the volume the processing area can handle and look towards making some blue flasks. So why don't you tune in next time and see how that pans out. Have a nice